overs. An emphatic response from the Indian cricket team, led by that man from the top, Abhishek Sharma. Most runs in a single edition of the Asia Cup. I think he goes past Mohammad Rizwan, if I'm not mistaken, in a single edition. 61 of 31, 196.7 strike rate. Oh, insane, unbelievable numbers that we have got. And Tilak's 49, Sanju's 39, and a late cameo from Akshar Patel has ensured that 202 for 5. For the first time in this Asia Cup, we are seeing a total in Dubai go past 200. So you've got the best batting conditions so far in this tournament.
Which is what we heard from Tilak as well.
Yeah.
Right after the toss took place, that this surface looks like a better one than what Dubai has offered so far. And it did indeed prove to be just that. In fact, he was one of the reasons why India could look at a 200 plus total with the way that he batted, and it's really turned out to be a better surface.
Better surface. The only one missed out was Shubman Gill. What a catch by Mahesh Theekshana.
Oh, what's he on today? Yeah, in the slip cordon as well. That scintillating effort from him. You don't expect Theekshana for all that he's done in the IPL or not done in the IPL. The man's
what a fielding effort today.
That's why. From the entire Sri Lankan team, I would say.
Yeah.
They've been very sharp. Chamira took a very good catch right towards the end.
But again, the bowling disappointed yet again, and there might be a thing that Vanindu Asranga might not bat because he was holding his hip. I think it's a side strain. I think it's the end. He may not come out to bat. Tushara, 4 overs all over the place. So we are joined by Nikhil at this point. Nikhil, the display that we have had from the Indian middle order, okay? We'll come to Surya a bit later, but Tilak firing, Sanju firing, Akshar chipping in with a cameo. I mean, this was the one problem area, right, that India were kind of facing a rather weak underbelly. But now have they dispelled that notion that no, there's nothing to worry about heading into the clash on Sunday?
I mean, I don't know whether I looked at it as a problem area. If you remember, this is something we've spoken about, where I thought that yes, one, that Abhishek is firing. That, of course, is to your advantage. I think now he's become, in T20 eyes, only the second Indian batter to have 7 consecutive 30-plus scores. The only other Indian batter to do that was Rohit Sharma. So he can very well go past that if he gets another 30-plus score in the game tomorrow. So he's been Mr. Consistent for you. 100% I agree. But then this was when, this question was asked that, oh, is there an issue with India? What happens on the day that Abhishek does not fire? And even though we haven't yet gotten an answer to that question, because once again, he gets you those crucial 60 odd. But I think this Indian batting lineup will ensure that on most occasions, they will get you above par total. I think that is exactly what was on display today. I don't think at any point I was worried with Indian batting. A lot of times those batting collapses were also happening, remember, because you were playing in different pitches where after the 10th over, it became very tough to bat on. So assuming, let's say if you're playing on a flat track like this, then you don't need to worry even if an Abhishek gets out. You go ahead and, get the rest of the runs. The rest of the batting lineup should step up. But assuming that you're playing on one of those sluggish pitches that we've seen, where first 10 overs are good, and in that rare scenario where Abhishek gets out pretty early, I think that will offer the rest of the batters some better conditions to bat on so they don't have to struggle. So I think overall, if I look at this Indian batting lineup, there is a huge gulf. I mean, listen to that interview I did with Mr. Gavaskar before this game started, and I asked him that, look at the quality of the rest of the teams here. There seems to be a big gap. He's like, yeah, but more than saying big gaps between the team, I'll say there's big gap between the batting. And I completely agree with him. The way this Indian batting lineup has been performing, put this, pitch aside, fine, it may have been a good pitch as was being mentioned by Indian players before it started. Yet, let's not forget, this is the same ground where, Bangladesh in 2 matches in a row could barely manage 130 runs. May have been on a different pitch, but this Indian team is telling you how good or so how far ahead they are of the rest of the team. So I think that was good. What I'm really liking about this Indian team in this game is the combination they've played. I've been asking for this combination for a very long time. I know that they may not have this combination in the final. They may go back to the combination of having batting till 8, but I had been asking for this. Batting till 7, having multiple fast bowlers and extra fast bowler, which they have played today. because one replaces Jasprit, but you still got an extra fast bowler. I think this is the perfect combination because see, once again, your batting has been utilized to the T. There's not an extra batter that you've carried. Everyone has gotten a run. And assuming you had still lost a few more wickets, you would have had like a Harshit or an Arshdeep also come out and bat a few deliveries. So I think batting till number 8 is too much of a luxury. You're never going to use them. You've not even used them today when you're batting till 7. But that fast bowler might be very handy for you in certain situations. They've played that combination. And with that combination, they've got a 200 plus. Now go in with an extra fast bowler. So I think this is the perfect team for me. Of course, I mean, barring the changes when Bumrah is fit, he comes in. But I'm saying in terms of the batting bowling split.
Yeah, I mean, if there's one change, if we have to go by this same combination, you don't need a batter at 8. Simple. Bumrah in, Harshit out. That's it.
But I don't think. I think this is a change made as a one-off, and I do think that Gautam Gambhir has shown. Even in Test cricket, he has 8 batters. So in T20Is, I'm fairly sure that he is not changing that template anytime soon. Although I do agree that this does give you a lot more balance in terms of that extra pacer. But I think you'll make up for that extra pacer in future tournaments, particularly the T20 World Cup, by dropping one of your full-time spinners. So potentially a Varun sits out.
Yeah, that's the tough part about it. But okay, now we'll
But
have.
Shane, in Indian conditions, they will not do that. I think in Indian conditions, if you saw in that England series, they were playing that extra spinner. So this is the formula that they really like.
Yeah.
And in flat batting conditions, they may still go back to that. But in Dubai, I really think you need that one extra fast bowler, especially now that you know that tweet has gone viral. It's Kaif wrote and then Jasprit Bumrah replied and now Kaif has replied back again.
Yeah.
As I said, this the point that Kaif made is something that I've been saying for some time as well, that, you need a death bowler. And interestingly, even Mr. Gavaskar said that the other day. And he didn't talk about an extra fast bowler, but he did talk about, is it prudent to be using 3 overs of Jasprit Bumrah right at the start? What happens then later half is a bit of an issue. Either then you find a way of just bowling 1 over as Rohit would quite often utilize him. Just 1 over there, then he would bowl, your somewhere in the middle, in the back half, and then the last 2 overs, the 19th and the 17th. Maybe the 14th sometime he would bowl or something like that, right? So, I mean, that was really working out well for India. If you're not going to do that, then you probably need a fast bowler.
Yeah. But Nikhil, we'll discuss it a lot more in the post match. But again, on a pitch where you've seen only 2 single-digit scores. I mean, Shubman Gill fell to a brilliant catch. Hardik towards the fag end wanted to slog, but Suryakumar Yadav at 3, yet again 12 of 13. Yes, because his form has been swept under the carpet because India have been winning on a consistent basis. But serious concerns are because he's not even able to nail the sweep. He tried the sweep, he tried something new. Whatever he's been trying in this Asia Cup with the bat, barring the first game, it's not working for Surya. Do you think some changes need to be done because it's a prolonged slump? It's not the Surya of 2024.
I don't know, but Siddharth, what changes can be done. Again, as you say, in this particular tournament, he's already had one very good knock, and that's exactly what you've seen with the majority of the teams, that you see that one good knock, but then the only one who's been consistently doing well has been Abhishek. Other than that, that's really been, chipping in terms of that one good
Tilak to a certain extent.
That one good knock. Who? Sorry?
Tilak. Pakistan.
Yeah, I agree. But then that's what my point is, that I think you're going to get this in the T20 format. But, again, what does he need to do? I was at that practice session the other day, and he batted for so long. I think he had the longest batting session. So, I mean, in that sense, he's really going out there and batting, and he looked the best in that practice session. He was the one who was smashing it throughout that practice session and doing rather well. But, I mean, if I saw a problem, I could come up with a solution, but I don't see a problem. Like, does he need to practice more? He was. Was he looking good in the net practice session? He was. So that's the best you can do. Sometimes it's one of those things. I think you just fail to put on those consistent scores.
Although Harshit and Shane, we were discussing that this tournament has not been good for captains. I mean, you look at it, no captain has done well in this Asia Cup 2025. I mean, Salman Agha has struggled. You've seen Charita Salanka struggle.
Rashid.
You've seen Rashid struggle. You've seen Zakir Ali / when he came at that point, even he has struggled. No captain from the UAE or from Oman did well. So yeah, it's been a tough tournament for captains when you look at it. So Surya is just following that. He's not done anything different from what the other captains have. But it's a prolonged 2025.
We're going to call it the Calamatic Captain's Cup or something like that now.
Okay, sure. That was a controversial cricket cup.
Yeah.
Now you got the calamitous captain's cup when you have to look at it. But yeah, but Surya, I'm concerned because it's been a very prolonged slump in 2025. Not just in this tournament. England series also, he had a bad run. IPL, we were just discussing, 3 out of his 500s came on that road in Wankhede. Out of the 717 runs that he hit.
And 240 plus scores
240 plus scores
in Ahmedabad.
in Ahmedabad, and only 150 came in a rather tricky condition in Lucknow. I would say Lucknow was a tricky condition in those situations because it's a mixture of red and black.
There's
soil.
one good score in Jaipur as well.
Jaipur, but even Jaipur in 2025 had flattened.
Let's just discount his IPL form. I think internationally, though, it's been concerning for a while. It's just gotten swept under the carpet more often than not because India's form have been imperious. And I think, I think his bad form is going to impact India in the Asia Cup? No. But if it continues on and you do have crucial series coming up, then yeah, I think there'll be a concern because the World Cup isn't that far away either. The T20 World Cup. Yeah.
4 months as and Nikhil.
And also that shot today from him, I felt. He was trying to get off the blocks. He was trying to up the ante. He was 5 of 10. Then it became, I think, 10 of 11, something like that.
Hit a boundary.
Exactly. Hit a boundary, and then he was just looking to change gears. He was looking to get out there and express himself. And he realized that now he'd faced about 12 odd deliveries, and he needed to up the ante. And his score had just got into the double digits. And then came the sweep shot, which was only sort of on. He misjudged the length of the ball, hit him right on the toe, completely missed it, and it gave me the impression of a batter who's then trying to find new ways of getting runs on the board, because I think he could have improvised and done something better on that particular delivery.
But even improvisation, he struggled. He tried one improvisation, he got out for a duck. So nothing's working for Surya. I just wanted to know about the weather because Nikhil, if the weather, how's the weather now in Dubai currently? Has it gotten hotter? Is it cooler? Any sign that dew might play a role today, and the weather forecast for Sunday is going to remain the same?
I mean, it's slightly cooler than before. That's for sure. Cooler as in compared to what we witnessed here 2 days ago. But will you have any dew? I don't think so. Last match that India played here, I was here at the Bangladesh game. There was no dew. So I don't know if anything has changed in 2 days. I doubt you'll get any dew now throughout this tournament. So that's not going to happen. I think dew starts setting in October here. So I think you'll escape that, which is great because that allows for an even contest whether you're batting first or chasing. So I think that will be there. But yeah, slightly cooler than it was a week ago when I arrived here. In the evenings, at least. Daytime, it's still very hot, almost, impossible. But right now, if I look at it, yes, slightly cooler.
Okay, so that means if there is no dew, and when you look at the last 2 games here, there has not been much of dew, and bowling has become it becomes difficult to chase then as the game progresses because dew, the ball will come onto the bat in the outfield, then all those kind of things will quicken up. So, from chasing, right at the halfway stage of this tournament, it's now become a bat-first venue, Dubai, which is very, very surprising at this point.
I mean, that's the difference a lack of dew makes, right? Because what happens then is that it's not just about the ball skidding on, even the pitches tend to ease out. So, if you're not getting that, then afterwards you can actually just spend 5 minutes and wonder, did Sri Lanka, after winning the toss, did they need to bowl first? Maybe it's just ingrained in the psyche at this point that you win the toss and you want to chase. But is it the right decision on this sort of a track? Probably not.
Either they didn't see the 2 games, and I really don't know. When Sri Lanka were probably so spooked by what happened against Bangladesh, They felt that, oh, maybe we may have to, any total can be chaseable. They failed to account for two things. One, when you played Bangladesh and when you've been playing in matches in Dubai now, it's changed. That's how rapid T20 format, that's how conditions also change. So I was stunned. They should have actually batted first and made full use of the conditions here. Which is why Charita Salanka, I don't know what he's done. I mean, you remember that same blunder that Pakistan did? Game 1.
14th.
Same. That time I think the decision was okay, maybe because it's due. Chasing probably was better. But yeah, in hindsight now, it's a very 2020 kind of a vision in that sense. So, big blunder by Sri Lanka in that sense. 202 for 5. 203. No, I think, when was the last time a 200 score was chased in Dubai?
You've not seen too many 200 plus totals.
I think this is
That
only
day we
the
were fifth or the sixth total. That's what we were looking at the other day. No?
Correct. So, it's just been the 6th, but
Yeah. Or is it the case of, the Indian batters, whether you put them into bat first or you ask them to go on to chase? I think there could be that gap in terms of quality of the batting lineup that India have that just get the job done, whether be inserted into a bat or get asked to chase.
Must be the batting quality, the depth that they have got, plus the bowling variety that they
And
have
Abhishek's making a hell of a difference, I would say. No other opener with Saif as well. You saw yesterday, he didn't do what he did against India, and the kind of consistent returns that you've got from Abhishek, maybe he's the difference maker as well.
Yep.
Because again, 200, you almost got him to see at 200 strike rate today.
What was the difference in the two games that you saw? Power play, they couldn't capitalize in the chase. They were under 7 for most part. So that's why 203, they'll have to go at over. They have to be 70 for no loss in 6 overs. But will this Indian bowling attack allow them that luxury? And knowing that some batters are stuck in the 2010s or 2015s when you have to look at their T20 approach. Kamindu is one of them. Kamindu Mendes has not been in form. Kusal Mendes, once he has a high, he has a prolonged slump.
But that was just against Pakistan that you were pointing out his ducks? Or
He's never gotten off the mark, and 3 ducks in a row he's gotten against Pakistan, Kusal Mendes.
Let's see if that extends today.
Patum can bat aggressively, but no, it's too tall a task. So that's why I said, will he have 11 batters? That's the thing. One in
was injured.
I
right?
think one more fielder, I think, and tried to stop the ball. Even he also got injured. So maybe it's just a mild injury, but I don't know at this point in time. So India comfortable winners, and then we focus on 28th.
That's what I'm
Since
thinking.
we did predictions for the Indian team, let's try and predict the score for Sri Lanka as well.
Nah, I'm not predicting the score. I think India are
predict the
comfortable winners.
Victory margin?
40-50 runs.
It's an easy one.
Yeah. I don't see them chasing it down.
Yeah.
70-80 runs.
Oh, even bigger. I'm going about 35 runs.
35 runs. So you're giving them far more credit on this weekend. And then Nikhil, what do you think? What will be the victory margin?
Oh, good one. I'm saying 40 runs.
40. Okay, so that means 160 they make it at this point. 160, 162. So yeah, join us at midnight then for the post
That
match.
day, Indian team
his
was very
overrates
good
are
with their
atrocious.
overrates. That's where it was 11:30 2 days back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean,
But today,
again,
look at the time. It's starting now. It's 10:20 India time. So
exactly.
you can't finish it in 1 hour.
Yeah.
So it
Something
has to
went
be
in a
minimum
batter's
12.
eye. There was all these reviews. There were all the other things. 2 hours it's taken to bowl 20 overs.
It's a terrible overrate. There's no two ways about it.
This is a
And
mini ODI.
it's been atrocious throughout the tournament. I'm sorry, throughout the tournament they've been so lax about it. It's actually very disrespectful. The whole point of T20 cricket was to fast, exciting, and this is anything but it's just dragging on, and it's like, dear God, please get through it quicker.
It's a mini ODI for the time. One innings takes you 3.5 hours. This whole match takes 4 hours 10 minutes in that sense. So, yeah,
Terrible.
abysmal overrate. But when you get all these reviews and all those other things and stoppages, 2 guys got injured, 1 guy on that, so it's not easy. And
Okay, Sri Lanka
good
then
start.
starting
good
with the
start
boundary.
from Pathum Nissanka. Okay, so thank you guys. We'll be back for the post match. Nikhil and all of us will be joining you live, and subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest information. Bye bye from all of us.
Bye bye.